Hey folks, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. I recently asked a bunch of my students, what's your biggest bowing challenge? One question that came up a few times in different ways was, is it harder to play on certain strings? So in my experience as a fiddle teacher, new students tend to have more trouble with the G string and the E string. So I'm going to talk about why in this lesson, and I'm going to give you a few tips for how to get better at playing on those strings. Why are these strings harder? Well, the E string is very thin and very temperamental, so it's easy to make it sound bad. When it sounds bad, it sounds really bad. We don't like that. So the G string, one more thing that's hard about the E string that somebody mentioned is that, whenever I play the E string, I hit my leg. So we have a solution for that on the way. The other string that's hard is the G string, and it's kind of the opposite problem. The G string is the thickest string, and it requires a lot more energy. If you're playing at the same level you would at the D, the same pressure level, you may have like a lot of skimming and stuff. So we need to learn how to play with the right amount of pressure on each string. So now I'm going to give you a few tips for playing better on the G and E string. Rotate the fiddle. Experiment with the amount of bow pressure. Leverage your strengths. So the first tip is to rotate the fiddle in space. So in other words, bring the needed string to you. So if I'm on D string, I'm playing at about this angle, and say I need to go to G string, I basically tilt it. I'm going to exaggerate in the video. I tilt it so it's easier to get to. And then I tilt back for D. So I would start with this simple exercise, just going G to D. You might want to use a mirror. In fact, I think it's a really good suggestion. And then the same angle shift will happen, the same idea will happen going D to A. A little bit of a shift. Basically flattening the fiddle as you move towards the E and moving it away. Yep. So by the time we get on the E, we have this angle, it's pointed a little bit more to my left, and it's higher, and now there's really no danger of hitting my knee. Whereas if I'm right here, you can't see it, but I don't have a lot of room before I hit my leg, my right leg. So this is really an enjoyable practice, not only because it's going to help you play better, but it's nice to get the body involved. It's nice to get moving a little bit. So I recommend doing stuff like bowing patterns or things where you're on each string for a little bit, like 4 bows on G, D, A, E. You could do patterns like triplets. And go ahead and exaggerate like I did. Eventually, your body will, once it's learned it, your body will do it in a more subtle way, and will find, your body's very intelligent. It will figure out how to do this. But when you exaggerate, you really allow yourself to be trained to do this. So the next tip is to play with the amount of pressure you use on each string. As I mentioned earlier, you'll use more pressure and weight and speed on the G. A lot of that comes from leaning more into the index finger, the side of your index finger. And then when you play on the E string, you're going to almost want to lighten it up a little bit. Play with a softer touch. Use less bow at first. So some things that'll help is throwaway bow is a big kind of tone building thing to work out the right amount of pressure. That's throwaway bow. Do it down bow, do it up bow. Make little circles. Place, then go. Place, then go. And then on the E string, make it more subtle and more casual. Just like a little, no big deal. Kind of throwaway. Do it down bow and up bow. If you're a more intermediate level player, you can tilt the bow hair towards you to get an even softer sound. If you're a beginner, I strongly recommend you don't mess with that yet. Finally, here's a fun exercise you can do to play with volume to find the right amount of pressure. You can do soft, loud, soft. So we start really soft, like a whisper, little bows on the E, and get gradually louder, and then softer. Again, you're allowing your body through this practice to learn and figure out on its own how to find the right amount of pressure. You can do that exercise with little bits of tunes. So getting louder. And softer. I don't even know what tune that was. I think it's a new tune that we're gonna write together. You're gonna write the rest of it, maybe. Okay, let's move on. The last tip I'll give you for getting better at bowing on the E and G string is to leverage your strengths. And so in this case, your strengths are the D and your ability to bow on D and A strings. So if you're like most people, the D and the A strings are a little easier for you. So play something on the D string. It's open 2, 1, open. And then if you can do that with flow, then try to do that on a more challenging G string. And then maybe alternate between the two. Same goes for A and E strings. So do the same thing on A string, then on E. But you may want to start even simpler. Maybe just bowing on, going between the A and E with like some open string things. In that way, the D and the A strings will teach you how to play on the G and the E strings. So anyway, that's it. 3 tips for helping you to play on those more temperamental G and E strings. Let me know if that's helpful. If you have more questions, I'm open to answering it. I kind of remake the same lessons a lot because I understand better how to teach it the more I teach it and the more I hear your questions. So I really appreciate the feedback and, well, go fiddle with it. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent! And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.